What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I go by the name of Who. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Man, can I just vent to y'all for just a little minute? I just need somebody to talk to. Just see what y'all think, man, because I need help. I've been wrecking my brain for like the last month, man. Like ever since I got back from Dallas, I've been doing so much research every day, just trying to figure out where do I want to go? Where do I want to live? My lease here is up November 1st, which is not a crazy amount of time. November 1st will be here before you know it. Like, I don't mind having to move a little bit earlier. Like, that was my plan anyway. Even though my lease is up November 1st, I planned on moving like September, October. First, I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm looking for. So, because a lot of people be like, why you don't just buy a house? You're spending too much money on rent. I'm not ready to buy a house yet. I just want to live in that high-rise building. I want to experience that high-rise building. Like, that's what I want to experience right now. It could be a phase, I don't know, but I need to get that phase out. I need to do it for me. That's what I want now, so that's what I'm gonna do. I want to live in a high-rise building. I need floor-to-ceiling windows. Everything that just stands out to me off rip is corner units. Corner units in these high-rise buildings where there's like just windows. Like, soon as you walk into the building, soon as you walk into the unit, it's just windows everywhere because it's a corner unit. Most corner units, to me, those are my favorite ones. Of course, those are more expensive units, but that's like what I'm looking for. Floor to ceiling window. I want space. I want like an island. I want updated appliances and all of that. Like in the building itself, I'm just looking for amenities. Like, I just want good amenities, good quality. I want the building to be well kept. I want the area surrounding the building to be like, I want a lot of walkability. I don't want to have to get in my car every day. Like, I want to be able to walk outside and walk to a restaurant, walk to a bar, walk down the street to the store. Whatever I got to do, I want walkability in that surrounding area of the building. That's what I'm looking for. That's like those are like my priority. That's like my checklist. But the most important thing on that is, like I said, the first thing that I listed. It was the floor to ceiling windows. Like, I need the unit to have so much natural lighting. You got to think, I create all my content inside of my house. The natural lighting in the place that I'm in now sucks. Like, if you're new here, I've went to Dallas as my first stop in my travel series. I visited probably like 15 different apartments. I have a list of places that I like, and I've narrowed it down to like one or two buildings that I really love. And if I was to choose Dallas, I kind of already know where I would move. Oh yeah, and another priority that I have is warm weather. I don't want to deal with no snow. I'm from Michigan. I've lived in Michigan and I've lived in New York. I lived in New York for like 5 years. So like the winter time, I've experienced winter time and snow and all of the Midwest weather all my life, and I'm good. I don't want to experience no snow. I want to live without snow for a little while. So that was another thing that I'm looking for on my list of like my checklist. Originally, before I started this series, I was like, I want to move to Houston, Dallas, San Diego, Miami. Set of videos, the first videos that I put out, and just after all the feedback and the comments and everything, I've been reading them and just like kind of like taking in what people have been saying, giving me their opinions on the places to live, and I've been doing research. Some of those cities that I originally thought that I could see myself living, I'm like, I don't think that that's really where I want to be. Houston was one of the cities that I thought that I would have probably loved because they got good weather. The cost of living out there is affordable, especially what I'm looking for within my budget. They got so many different good looking spaces out there that fit exactly what I'm looking for. They have sports teams. Like, that was another big thing that I was looking for. I was looking for a place that has basketball, at bare minimum, at least a basketball team, because I wanted to be a season ticket holder. And that's just something I like. Like, sports is like my thing. I love basketball, football, baseball, but basketball is my favorite. So I would have settled for a place that at least had basketball at minimum. I'm hearing that Houston is just like a super party place, though. I'm hearing that there's a lot of crime, and I'm not really 100% sure of really how Houston is, but I've looked at so many TikTok videos, so many YouTube videos, and a lot of people say that they love the outskirts of Houston, kinda. but it could still kind of be a little much. But I feel like maybe Houston might not work for me because the look that I'm looking for as far as like the high rise building, a lot of those are not on the outskirts. They're like in the inner city, like the metro area. And I don't know if moving to Houston and living in those high rises and being in that metro area, I don't know if that's like a good decision. Moving to Houston, is it a safe place? Is it worth moving there, especially with all the like tornadoes, the hurricanes, the floods? Like, is that something that is, does it balance out a little bit? You know what I'm saying? Like, Houston has super dope high rises with everything that I'm looking for in those units. I've seen it, and I'm curious to kind of want to go out there and just visit it and see. I'm kind of up in the air about Houston, like, which leads to my next thing that I'm about to say. Miami was my first choice. Miami was where I wanted to live at for years. Like, I was like, man, when I get my money together, when I get more established, I want to move to Miami. Here we are, fast forward years later. I feel like I'm established enough to where I can move to Miami and I can afford it. That's what I thought. Like, I thought that I could afford Miami. Miami is like, man, you got to be making 100,000 a month to live out in Miami. Like, for what I'm looking for, like, you looking for a high rise building with amenities and walkability and all of that, you got to be making some bread to live out there. I don't know, like, I kind of getting discouraged looking at Miami because so far in Dallas, in Houston, shoot, really San Diego, anywhere else that I've looked, I've been able to find high-rise buildings, floor-to-ceiling window units, upgraded appliances, just nice units for price point between 4 and 6,000. You can find whatever you're looking for in those other cities. You look at places in Miami for 4 to 6,000, it's still not enough money to find what I'm looking for. I kid you not. All the units in the condos out there are not upgraded. It's like every unit that you see in Miami for that price point of 4 to 6,000 it's not upgraded at all. Like, it's like they don't upgrade their units out there. And then they do this thing where it's like apartments and condos. I know they do that everywhere, but in Miami, it seems like there's a lot of condos. So the people who own these condos, they're charging so much money for these outdated, old looking apartments just because of the apartments in a good area like Brickell. And they know that people are going to still move there because it's Miami. It's in a good area. They know that people are going to move into these units even if the units are not upgraded or not. The condos in Miami versus the apartments like everywhere else, usually everywhere else just require a security deposit. Depending on your credit, you pay a security deposit of, X or Y. Like, it doesn't really cost that much to move in. You go to Miami, they be wanting you to pay like 3 months up front with a whole bunch of other stuff, association, building fees, and all of that. And like I said, a lot of these units be they just be, like, I don't know. And they be small, super small. So that's why I'm like, man, I wanted to move to Miami. I was actually scheduled to go to Miami on the 2nd, but I kind of want to cancel and try a different city because it's like the realtor that's been working with me, that's been sending me properties out there, I literally haven't seen or found anything that just like, I feel like if I'm paying 4 to 6,000 a month, if that's like my budget around roughly 4 to 6,000, I should have a unit that I love. Like, I should love everything about it for that type of money a month. And Miami it hasn't been a unit where I just be like, man, I love this unit. I was like, this is the one. That's how it should feel. And I haven't got that feeling of all the places. I know I haven't seen the units in person in Miami yet, but from the pictures, they just look basic. Just being transparent with y'all, like, if I'm paying that type of money, I'm not trying to live in something that's basic. And it just seemed like in Miami to have something that's kind of like here, like, that's really nice, you got to be spending $7,500 plus a month if you want a high rise with upgraded appliances and floor to ceiling windows and all of that. $7,500 at least. time is ticking, and to keep this series going, like I'm supposed to be leaving out of town on the 2nd. Like I said, I'm scheduled to go to Miami, but I don't even know if I want to go to Miami yet. Should I give Miami a chance and really go see those units in person? Or do y'all think I'm wasting my time? I'm debating between going to Miami at the beginning of August, or should I go to Houston at the beginning of August? And I was thinking about Charlotte. Charlotte, I'm not gonna lie, even though I'm not a nightlife type of person, I've heard mixed reviews about Charlotte. A lot of people recommend to check out Charlotte. I've also seen a lot and read a lot and watched a lot of TikTok videos of saying Charlotte is kind of boring. One of my good homies, he was just like, he got booked out there for an event, and he lives in Michigan too. He's from Detroit. And he was saying, honestly, Charlotte, he feel like Charlotte is not really much better than Detroit. It's just like it's a regular city. It's not really nothing special about it. So I even looked into Orlando and Tampa, y'all, but after doing like continuous research on Tampa and Orlando, it just don't seem like those areas fit. Orlando doesn't have any upgraded luxury looking high rises at all. Like, no matter what you're trying to spend, it's like that's not an option out there. Like, they have high rises like 2 or 3 max, and all of the ones that I've seen just look just not what I'm looking for. And then Tampa, I looked into Tampa. Tampa has some nice units, but I don't know. What y'all feel about Tampa? What y'all feel about Tampa? Just like, cause I've seen some nice high rises in Tampa, but the downside of Tampa is they don't have a basketball team, and I would love, like I said, I would love to live somewhere that has a basketball team. I've heard that Tampa is a little bit ghetto. I ain't gonna lie. Like, compared to like Orlando, Miami, I heard Tampa's a little ghetto. I don't know. Like I said, don't kill the messenger. I've read a lot of comments. I looked at a lot of TikTok videos, and I don't know. Matter of fact, I even did like a poll on my Instagram. I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna like go through some of what people were saying. Someone said Charlotte is the wackest place I ever been. One skyscraper and people are rude. What do y'all think about that? Someone said try West Palm Beach or Boca Raton, but South Florida. You'll get a better experience. People said hurricane season. You got to watch out for that out there. I've been hearing mixed things about hurricane season. A lot of people say that. I remember I had read something. Someone said that they've been living in Tampa for like 20. Was it Tampa? I think 20 years and only experienced like one like severe hurricane. I don't know, by me being an outsider, in Michigan, we're used to snow. So like it snows a lot here, probably more here than some people ever experienced in their life. So I feel like when people be like, oh, they're scared of the snow, or they make the snowstorm seem bad, worse than what they really are, because they're from like they're an outsider and they're not used to snow. We kind of dumb it down here because we're used to it. So I feel like people do the same thing in that live in areas where they get hurricanes and stuff. Like, the outsiders feel like it's so bad and it's like scary and this and that, but someone who's like been a resident there all their life, or just that's used to it, they kind of dumb it down and just make it seem like it's just a regular storm. It just rains, but you don't got to evacuate. It's just regular. I don't know. I never experienced a hurricane, so it just seems kind of scary. Someone said also Tampa is also thriving in so many aspects, and it's like the place that's suffering the most from inflation, meaning it's not as fast as Miami, but not as slow as Orlando. Current resident of Tampa is definitely a move. It's a hot spot, great mix of Miami and Orlando. See, man, I don't know, man. Tampa, I might have to come check y'all out. Someone said, bro, all these options are terrible. What are you doing? I wonder where he live at. Colorado Springs, one of the top locations to live in the U.S. I'm not sure about Colorado. I got a friend, one of my good friends, he always telling me to, bro, move to Boulder, Colorado. Move to Boulder, Colorado. You've said it so many times, but I don't know anything about Colorado. I've never been out there. And I just know that it snows and it gets cold, and that's why I'm kind of just like, I'm not interested in really doing too much research on any areas that get snow and cold weather, at least for the next 2 years. Someone said Cali is you, San Diego. Trust me. When I was in Dallas, I was looking at apartments. Somebody was like, where you from? Leasing office, like, agent person. They asked me, and I was like, I'm from Detroit, and he was like, you give off like a Cali vibe. So maybe it's just because I'm a super chill, laid back person. I heard a lot of Cali people are. I heard a lot of Cali people are kind of like that. Someone said NYC. Nah, I don't think I would ever move back to New York. I live in San Diego, and it's stupidly overpriced. Yep. That sounds about right. Someone said someone lied to you about Tampa. It's amazing. Someone said good weather and a lot to do in San Diego. I don't know, man. I've heard from multiple people that San Diego is not. It's not a crazy amount of things to do. It's just a good weather and just overpriced. That's what I hear the most. I live in Tampa, born and raised, but it's changed honestly. Probably just fun for the weekend. If you're considering Tampa, look into the Wesley Chapel area. Charlotte is very nice, lots of things to do. I really don't know where I'm gonna end up yet. This is a tough decision, y'all, for real. Really just trying to take my time, trying to do my research. I kind of want to make my decision on where I want to move by like mid to end of August. If y'all got any feedbacks, any thoughts, drop it in the comment section. I gotta figure out where I'm going next. Hopefully the next video you guys see, I'll be letting y'all know where I'm traveling to next. And hopefully, man, this travel series, I really just want to bring y'all on this journey with me as I find another place to live. And really, I hope that, I mean, maybe it's people out there that are considering moving to Miami, Tampa, Houston, Dallas, wherever the case may be. I hope that me traveling, me documenting my journey can maybe help you with your decision once you decide to move. But yeah, I'll see y'all next time.